Hi everyone. Oh, it's attractive. I'll just whip that off of there. It's Nurturing by Nature. Just doing a live end of day on a Friday. Hope everyone's okay. Been around the stores this morning. Had a chat with Holly, who's off on her travels. And I've been to see Kelly. He's got a nice new freezer in at Pamp Hill. So if you're in the area, come along and see us. We've got 4 shops. We're based in Dorset, Nurturing by Nature. A lot of you will order through the website, so I don't know what your preferred choice is, ordering through the website or coming in and seeing us, but most of the things that you see online are also in store and vice versa, so you should be able to find everything you want. Are you a local to us, or are you further away from us? Just let me know. And I wanted to highlight a few of our treats and also get you thinking today about those unwanted parasitic little friends that people start to bring home with them when the weather begins to warm up a bit. And I know it's only February, but it's worth thinking about it now because you can get stuff into your pet system to help combat that. So if we start off just by highlighting 3 of our lovely treats that we've got, and I'm going to open up the packet so you can actually have a look and see what you're getting. Let's start with these. So these are the beef lung cubes. Show you it that way around so you can actually see what I'm talking about. What we like to choose at Nurturing by Nature are single protein treats. We don't add anything into the treats that we sell, and we like things to be as natural as possible. And what's really nice about these 3, they're different proteins, and you can see exactly what you're getting. So a lot of people might know this as beef jerky. That's another name that lung is also known as. So beef jerky. I don't know if you've ever tried that, but these are already cut up for you. So you get 100 grams in this packet, 100 grams of beef lung cubes. And what's really nice about this product in particular, although it's beef, it is really low in fat. So you're looking at a treat here, which is good to keep giving. It doesn't smell offensive, so it comes in this sealable packet. So you can get beef lung in most pet shops, I imagine. They might be known as beef jerky, but these are already chopped up for you. And these are Nurturing by Nature's beef lung cubes. You can get them on our website or in our stores. They're in all of our stores. A nice, easy to open and easy to store packet. 100 grams in here, which should last absolutely ages. What's great about these as well is you can probably make them go a lot further. So that's one of the cubes here. Let me bring that up to the camera. You can see it better. It's quite a good size, isn't it? You could probably get quite a few treats out of that. So we'll do a little experiment and see what you can do. But I'll just get something to break it into one of our plates. So this is one of the beef lung cubes. And I say you get 100 grams in there. And each one of these doesn't weigh very much at all because there's a lot of air in it. So you get loads for your money. It smells like beef. It doesn't smell too offensive, slightly maybe bovrily. So if you are someone who doesn't like the smell of the treats and can deal with bovril, that would be a good option for you. And they're really easy to break up. So this is the beef lung cube. Again, you can see what it's like. And the dogs really like these. Even the cats will eat these. So I don't know if you've tried these with your pet, but that is this one here. 100 grams. So the composition of this product is 100% beef. So there's nothing else mixed into it. There's no grain, no added things in with this. It's literally a dried meat product. And it's the lung. 9% moisture. Fat is 5%. That's great. That's a really low percentage of fat. So if you're looking for a low fat, tasty treat for your dog or even your cat, beef lung cubes would be a really good option for you. They are high in protein. Most of the dried treats and natural treats will be, because you're looking at a product which is all the meat and then they just condense it down by drying it, removing the majority of the moisture from that product. So you are going to be condensing it. So it's a high protein treat. There are other treats out there that are natural that are lower in protein. So if you are thinking about the protein side of things, these are at 70%. So you can find that to be quite high, but it makes perfect sense when you think about it because natural treats are going to be concentrated. You'd want them to have some sort of protein level in there. Ash 15%, fiber 1%. So they're really easy for them to digest and they tend to end up from one cube. And I've just done this with my fingers. I've broken that into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 small pieces and a bit of dust there that you can sprinkle on your food. So you don't have to feed one chunk at a time. 1 cube has given us 9 pieces of beef lung cube. So that's like this size broken down. And I've only done that with my fingers. So you could probably do it even more if you had a nice sharp knife to do it with. And these aren't too offensive. I would put them in a little bag in my pocket or one of those dog walking pouches you can get. These would be fine in there. And like I say, it smells a little bit like Bovril, really. It is beef. It's 100% beef, so you know what you're getting. So these are high in protein. It's not all bad. Protein's good, not always a bad thing. I know people look for low protein, but dogs need the protein. A low fat treat with a low moisture content because it's nice and dry, that you can take on dog walks out in your pocket. You can use these also in maybe like a treat ball, or stuff it into part of a Kong, or wedge it into the side of those spiky little balls. That would also work. So that's the beef lung cube. As I say, smells a bit like Bovril. 100 grams in a packet, and you'll find them on the website, and that will give you the price. Okay, so that's the beef lung cubes. Let's highlight on those. You can try them in store. If you happen to call into one of our shops, they will always have a packet of these open. So if you would like to try some and you're not sure if your pet would like it, we're happy to give you a few pieces to try and take home for them, or even bring your pet in. Because if you take a picture with them in store, we can use it on our social media, and you'll see quite a few little dogs on our social media. And if you have a look at our Christchurch store at the moment, they've got a lovely wall with red hearts on, and they're asking you to join in and do some selfies and pose in front of that wall. Okay, so that's the first thing, beef lung cubes. Get another little plate so I can highlight the product. So again, a single protein, and we are looking here at these. Whose pet absolutely loves these? These are hairy rabbit ears. Again, single protein, that's all you're getting in there. What's nice about these is you can see exactly what you're getting. These are dried rabbit's ears, and they have got fur on them. Fur isn't bad for them. They can use that. It can aid digestion. It can aid bringing the, any worms through, because they're hairy, and it works like a little bit of a brush as it comes through and passes through their system. So those are they. Most dogs will handle these without too much trouble. They're not rock hard, they're not rock solid, but they will help to clean their teeth. So these are 100 grams in here, rabbit ears with fur. You've got protein content value of 56.5%, fat 33.4, so quite a lot higher than the beef lung cubes, but that would make sense because this is skin. There's a lot of oil in the skin. You've got crude ash of 3 and crude fibre of 1%, so there's not much left when it's finished with. They won't, they'll use most of this. It's probably the fur that will pass out, and sometimes you might have little hairy poos. So have a look at those so you can see those up. Again, in a nice sealed bag. Doesn't really smell. I'm not really getting anything from that. Maybe really slightly meaty, but they're really not offensive. Most people get freaked out at the fact that they are actually hairy, and you can see they did obviously once belong on a bunny. So this is one of the rabbit ears, and basically it's the ear from this part up here, and then there's a little bit of the face here, so this goes down to where the whiskers are. So that's basically the size of the side of the rabbit head and the ear, and they are crunchy. We haven't got much moisture in. The moisture's been removed. It doesn't even register actually, so they are quite crunchy, and small dogs like these as well, because they can easily break them up. So that's one of the ears. Furry rabbit ear, a really good treat. This harder part in here will be good for helping to clean your pet's teeth. And that's just part of the skin with the fur on, and that's like the ear canal area as it attaches to the head. So sounds a bit horrible, but we do sell absolutely loads of these, and dogs do love them, and they will be a byproduct of another industry, which is why we get hold of them. So that is a rabbit ear. Hopefully it hasn't put you off too much. Again, if you want to try one of these and you're going into one of our stores, if you ask nicely, I'm sure they will either get one out for you or cut one up for you so you can take it home, or even try it with your pet in store. We don't mind a bit of a try before you buy. If you think your dog would like it, your dog would sell his soul for a rabbit ear. There we go. You see, does he prefer them if they're hairy or non-hairy? because you can see where the fat content is on them when they haven't got the hair on. They look quite greasy. It's because it's the skin. So there's loads of little fat cells in the skin, which is why it's higher in fat content. But yeah, low fat is the beef lung cubes, slightly higher fat content with the rabbit ears. And then we'll move on to the last one. Hairy, definitely. Hairy's the more favoured rabbit ear. Yeah, they're the ones that go more popular in the shop. They're the most popular in the shop. So, sorry, these are the dried sprats. We talk about these all the time because they are fantastic. They are little fish. They're small fish. You can break them up. You get 150 grams in our bag, and I think our bag's one of the best value for market. And they're 150 grams in here, and you get quite a few fish. I haven't actually been through the process of counting how many fish you get for 150 grams because they will vary from in the year of how big they are as well. So 150 grams of dried sprats. It's quite a weighty bag. It's quite a lot in there. And again, it's in a nice sealed bag. Now you do smell these. These do smell like fish because they are fish. And it's nice to know that what you're feeding them and what you're buying is what you're getting. So this is them. So these are the little sprats. You get quite a few in there. I'm trying to show the screen to you. Okay, and some of them sometimes they get stuck together and you might get 3 or 4 out at a time, but they're really easy to take apart. I know your dog won't mind if you happen to throw 4 at him rather than 1, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you can see there's a size difference there, and that's the biggest one. And there's 3 little ones there. So we take the bigger one. This is our little spratty fish. It's a whole fish. It hasn't been gutted because they're so small. And they are the bottom of the food chain. They're really, really good, high in omega-3, really good for your pet. So if you can't stomach feeding the raw sprats, you could feed the dry ones, and they seem to love them. So we used to take them to the shows when we did the shows or in the store, and quite often the dogs will either love them, eat them straight away, or they'll roll in them, but they still eat them. And most dogs like them. Some dogs don't, but most dogs do. So they smell fishy, but they don't smell off fishy. They don't smell like rancid oil. They just smell like little fish. They do smell fishy, but they're fine. They're really popular, and the whole fish is in there, so you can make this go a lot further. You don't have to just give 1 at a time because these break up again really easily, like the beef lung cubes, so you can get quite a lot out of 1 packet of sprats. So if you're doing lots of walking, lots of treating, so you're doing lots of training at the moment, something like this, yeah, it's a clean fish smell, not bad at all. I totally agree with you. Yeah, and I don't mind it at all. Sometimes when you open a tin of tuna, it's a bit too fishy, but these are fine. When they get hot, sometimes they smell a bit more, but generally these are absolutely fine. And we would just say you either keep them in this, but seal it up once you're done with it. And these seals are really good on these bags. And so they're all from the same producer, so they're really good seals. They don't really puff out. Or you could take them out and put them into like a Loctite box or another sealed bag or something along those lines. To be honest, they don't tend to last that long. The dogs love them. The cats will eat these as well. I haven't tried the cat with a hairy rabbit ear, but he'll eat these and he'll eat the beef lung cubes when it suits him. He prefers the lung cubes to the fish, but it really does depend on what he needs at the time as well. They can be quite tricky, can't they, cats as well? So yeah, these are the fish. They are one of our most popular treats. We've got them in all of our stores. We've got them online. And again, if you haven't tried them for your dog and you want to, then come and see us. If you happen to be local, come and see us in store and we will sort out you a little treat to try, or bring your pet in and they can try it in store. We'd be happy to do that. So you get 150 grams. We'll talk about the content of this, the analytical constituents. 44% protein. So it's sort of in between the beef lung cubes and the rabbit ears. And we've got fat of 26%, which is surprising because they are an oily fish. But when they have been condensed like this, when they put into the bit where they take, can't get my words out today, the bit where they take all the moisture out, when they go into that, then the protein obviously levels are higher because the meat is more concentrated. So these are a great treat, great all round really. And I wouldn't worry too much about the fat with these, as long as you know what you're giving your dog. And again, this is a great topper for a meal. So if you want to add these into a meal to give them a few extra vitamins and minerals, some extra omega oils, this is a great thing you can put in instead of feeding a raw fish. So those are the 3 treats we've got going on today. And then 3 different protein sources, which is amazing. You've got beef and you've got rabbit and you've got the fish. And all of those will add to what your pet needs throughout the week as well. So it's a good idea, if you can, mix up your treats every now and then. Don't keep getting the same ones, because you are going to get some benefits from different treats as well. So the other thing I've got here today, really it's more of a reminder, because our heating is on at the moment, and it's that time of year where spring is creeping around the corner, and we need to think about parasites and things we can use at home to safely repel fleas and ticks and mites in the home and on your pets. Now, we're really lucky with Fudge. Although he does go and visit other houses, he doesn't tend to bring too much back. And I'm quite good at grooming him out with a flea comb. So I don't actually use any treatments on him at all. There was a time when I had to go to the vet and buy their chemical, and he didn't like it, and it didn't make him feel good. So I would avoid doing that at all costs whenever I can, because it really doesn't make them feel very good. You have to be quite careful with certain animals. So he is groomed 2 or 3 times a week with a flea comb, and occasionally he'll have an adult flea on him, but he doesn't ever have any baby fleas on him, so that's a really good sign we haven't got a flea problem at home. But if I did find baby fleas, then I would look to use some products in the house. So I would use a silicone spray, which we have got, which used to be called Wipeout, but I think it's been renamed now. So a silicone spray, which gets into the exoskeleton of those fleas, and it affects them, so they don't do very well and they tend to die off. And then I would also look to use some Dimectus Earth at home as well, which is another natural and safe product that you can use in your home and on your pet. Other things you can use if you've got a dog, and this is something the mum uses with Solly all the time, is the Billy No Mates. And this stuff is amazing because it smells beautiful. It's really herbally. There's a good mixture of herbs in here, and one of these bags lasts quite a long time. And if you don't want to feed the herbs like this in the little pieces of herbs, I mean, I love it. It smells amazing. So if you don't want to feed the herbs like this in this sort of supplement, you can feed it in a liquid. So Billy No Mates comes in a liquid, and that might be easier to give to a cat. But in my experience, this hasn't worked very well with the cat. He's not interested in it. So that's why I groom him 2 to 3 times a week to get any extras off him that he happens to have. He never gets ticks. We don't live in that type of area that they will occur, but cats can get ticks as well, especially if you've got hedgehogs in your garden. They can pass them on. But yes, Billy No Mates is a really nice natural herbal mix from CSJ that you can add into their food. So I would always put it in their food rather than their water. And it says you can feed, it's recommended 1 ml per 10 kilos of body weight. And you can use this with cats. It's absolutely safe for cats. It just says you shouldn't give it to pregnant bitches and queens. It's probably because there's neem in here, more than likely. There isn't actually a list of the ingredients. It's neem. Extracts of mint, lemon balm, fenugreek, seaweed, and neem leaves. So that's probably why they shouldn't be giving it to anything pregnant. But so this is a great one. So Billy No Mates from CSJ. There's a liquid or a powder. You can get a bigger pack of the powder as well. And it smells amazing. So when you put it on their food, we tend to not feed this every single day, but you can give it as a daily food. But we just give a larger amounts sort of every other day. But it's up to you how you want to work with it. And then the other thing from Neem Team, and there are other products in the market, nice and natural things. We've got the Neem Shield shampoo. That's great to use as their general shampoo, especially in the summer, but this is fine. And it doesn't smell horrible either. So sometimes neem has got sort of a bit of a garlicky overtone, but they have blended it so nicely. This doesn't smell horrible at all. It smells really nice. It smells really lemony. It's really nice. I'm not going to read it's got lemongrass in it. Yeah, there's loads of lovely things in there. Nothing too horrible. The reason things get soapy or bubbly with the salt in, that's absolutely fine. So if you're worried it's the sodium, that's how they get the bubbles. So it helps to repel fleas, ticks, and midges because it smells good to us, but not to them. And then the other thing you can use is this, especially if you've got a dog like Manuka had. So she was a German Shepherd cross flat coat retriever. She had these lovely sort of pantaloony trousers, and she used to get all sorts of bugs in there. So this is really nice to spray on them before you go out for a walk. So wash them with something like this as their maintenance wash, and then before you go out for a walk, if you know you're going to go in a high tick or area, or the area that you might want, even midges, this helps midges, so you can even spray it on you in the summer, not if you're pregnant. But yeah, you can use this. This is neem shield spray, and it helps to repel fleas, ticks, and midges. And then basically spray it on. Not suitable for cats, so you shouldn't use this one on cats because there's probably something in there cats don't get on with. But yes, so it's because there's probably something in there cats don't get on with. But yes, so it's SLS free, no parabens, SLES free. The bottle is recycled. It's not tested on animals. It's made in the UK. You can recycle the bottle as well. So that's from the Neem team, and it smells really nice. I've used it at home on me in the garden to help to repel the gnats as well. So that's a good product if you've got dogs that you go out for a walk, long grasses, spray it on their trousers, spray it on their underbelly before you go out, and that's going to help you to stop those little creepy crawlies going on, especially ticks. I think we're probably aiming at with this one, and that's what we used to use it with Manuka, to stop the ticks. And then if they do latch on, when we feed the billy no mates, they tend to die off anyway. So you might find a tick, but quite often it'll be a dead one. And that's been our experience with using these products together. So we've got the nice treats that I've just gone through with you, and we've got thinking about the fact that flea and tick season is coming up and it's around the corner. And if you get stuff like this into your pet system earlier, it's going to make them less tasty to those critters that might try and bite them or latch on. So something like this now, in the next couple of months, get that into their system and it will help to repel those fleas and ticks. So we've got the treats. We went over the beef lung cubes. I'll show you those again. You get 100 grams in a pack. This is it. This is our beef lung cubes. I've broken one of these lung cubes down into 9 little pieces, so you don't have to feed a whole great big cube at once. You can actually break them up and make your money go further. That's really helpful. Really low fat treat, this one. So if you're looking for a low fat pet treat, cats and dogs will also eat these. And this is the beef lung cubes. So you've got 9% moisture, fat 5%, slightly higher in protein. But if you break it up like this, it will go a lot further anyway. That's the beef lung cube. We've got the rabbit ear. This one here. They're a furry rabbit ear. They're 100 grams. So you get quite a lot of bunny ears in a packet. This is the one I took out to show you. I say that's the ear, and it slides down to the face of the whiskery area. Dogs love these. They really do. And I'm sure a cat would give them a go as well, because they would easily eat a rabbit. A cat, if they got hold of one, I'm pretty sure they'd give it a good go. So actually you could even try these with your cat, and it will help to clean their teeth a little bit. Maybe you want to do that outside potentially. You never know. I don't know how. Some cats might even just play with this. Some dogs might even just play with it. But yeah, bunny rabbit ears, and they're really, really popular. They're one of our favorites. So these are actually our 3 treats, apart from the dried meat. I didn't bring that one up today, but the dried meat's also really popular. But yeah, rabbit ears with fur. So that's a rabbit protein. Dice, not too much fat, not too much protein. It is a dried product. So a bunny rabbit ear, and then of course we got the sprats. So we went over those. You get 150 grams in a packet, and all of these are in resealable packets. And these are the sprats. There's 3 in this little bunch of them here, and you can break these up. So these break up into tiny little pieces. And again, mix up your treats. So make sure you're not feeding the same treats over and over again. Feed them a variety. And if you want to try them and you happen to be near one of our stores, call in and see us, and we'll give you some samples to take away, or even better, bring your pet in and they can try them in store with us so we can see how they get on. Our stores are open this weekend. Yeah, our stores are open this weekend. Nurturing by Nature, we are based in Dorset, but we've got a store at Christchurch that's open all weekend through till Sunday. You've got the Westmoor store, also open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Christchurch, I've done that one. Upton is open tomorrow only. We can't open there on a Sunday, but Upton is open from 9 till 1. And then we've got the shop over at Pamp Hill, which is where I was today. We've just put a new freezer in there. We're getting rid of some of the other freezers. We've got a new freezer going in there. All the bird seed is there. And we have so many people come in to pick up the bird seed because it's really good quality. And you can buy what you want. We let you fill up the bags, or we'll fill them up for you, so you can come and pick up what you need. Some people only want a little bit, and they come in on a weekly basis and they're happy. So you don't have to buy a sack of birdseed. You can come and scoop out how much you want. And there's a huge variety there. We've even got parrot and chicken food. So it's a really good site to go and have a look. There's lots of improvements going on up there. And if you happen to be out that way, which is near Wimborne, there are so many beautiful snowdrops out at the moment. It's worth a drive. So have a look on our website, have a look at our treats, see if you like any of them. If you need any advice or help with anything, obviously we're going to be on the phone back on Monday, or call one of the stores. Someone will be able to help you. The website is open all the time. The website never sleeps. So do join us on there if you can't come and see us in store. Thank you for joining me today. Have a nice one. Enjoy the weekend, and I will catch up with you again next week. Thank you.